Fruit of your land. What do you think it means? You will eat the fruit of your land. What does it mean? Good afternoon to you. It's another brand new working week. Already, claims and counterclaims, good news, mixed news. I don't want to call it bad news. But it's good to have you on joining us this afternoon. Without you, we shouldn't be sitting here. And that is exactly the reason why you keep energizing us, because every time we remind leaders will do worse than they did before the reminder. So it is in the cause of you people that we brave the storm, we energize ourselves to come on air, to talk to you what they have done, what they intend to do, and what they're supposed to do that they did not do. On this day, it is State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1. Of course, it is on the radio service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated, as usual. We are a set of human beings, and we are taking you up to 5 o'clock. My co-presenter is Magdalene. How are you doing, Maggie?
I'm fine. It's good to be back.
Yes, it's very good to be back. How was your weekend?
Yes, my weekend was very, very good. Spent well. Friday I had a speaking engagement. Yes, Saturday I was home the whole day. I went home Friday evening. I was indoors up to the next day, Sunday morning. Yeah, and Sunday went to church. Asked God to forgive me of my sins, and then yes, but the weekend was really good.
Okay, so yes, mine was good as well, and it's good that we are back. Not too many people got the opportunity to see what we're seeing today, the breath of life. I'd like to use this time to congratulate my son, Christopher Selly Jr., for being among those smart young people that said goodbye to junior high in a grand style. And he told me he wants to be an IT specialist. I've already started working on having him a set of computer. And congratulations, or thanks to the management team of Rising Star Academy, Academic School of Excellence, and the preparator, James Coker. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much. In your hands, we entrusted our children with you, and you've come to a glorious end for this year. Thank you so much, and thanks to all the parents who turned out like me last week or week before last on the students' class night, and then on Saturday for the Thanksgiving service. We're good to be back. This is State of the Nation. And yes, so that's sad. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to the farm this weekend because of the occasion. But there are so many things that we're going to talk about. And it will impress you from one point to the other, from the World Crown Court to the buses coming, from the buses coming to an alleged $75,000 for the printing of PVC ID card. PVC is plastic ID cards. That complaint is coming from a lawmaker, not from State of the Nation, against a lawmaker, and not from State of the Nation, not from Magdalene or me, or not from me to her. It is from a lawmaker. We will be talking about it. And then I'd like to deal with a Ghanaian journalist who spoke about his property being brought to Liberia. And I have to take in, those of you who are in Accra, please take a listen, or we shall have come back. I'd like to remind him, maybe he doesn't know his history, but I will remind him what Liberia did to get Ghana where it is today. But again, you don't blame the Ghanaians for agitating.
But
You blame ourselves.
I think have you done your investigation on whether he's a journalist?
Well,
I
I
mean, or he's reporting. I mean, sometimes people
well,
just
he sits behind a microphone, and
not everyone.
yeah, so we put it in that category. This is, and I agree with you. Not everyone who uses the available technology in journalism actually is a journalist. And like the folks, some of them sit on StreamYard and just talk as if like David Coty. I was watching last evening on LNTV, repeated one, a recorded version with my friend Opati Yila. And David Coty is behaving like a real journalist. So I had to call him up and say, you see, this is the reason why some of us will retire very soon because we're not in the same league. When you're making a team look like we are in the same league.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yes. Anyway, before we go further, today is June 24th. This time last year we were in Sierra Leone to cover
oh
their
yeah, so
elections. You see, they I'm a professional journalist. Bessie,
it
I'm
is,
here for you. I'm here to protect you. Forget it. I'm here to protect you. You are a professional journalist. Yeah. So yeah, he said I'm a professional journalist, and we were there under the auspices of the FIJA, Female Journalists Association of Liberia, funded by the Internews Media Cross Border Activity. It was a really wonderful experience to have covered the elections there in Sierra Leone. We learned a lot. We saw, you know, we reported back. I mean, I was trying to look for some of those reports on the state here, but I mean, this equipment, yeah, they're just sometimes
well, you play
frustrating.
one, right?
Yeah, I played one. I was actually trying to get the one where um that I think it was that day, or no, a day before you had an interview with me. I think it lasted for 5 minutes. I liked that interview so much. I was trying to play it, but because I was saying, well, it left with the Sierra Leoneans to decide whether they want to retain their incumbent or whether they want to have another person. But well, whatever the case may be, we wish them all of the best. And I can tell you for now that everything is so everything is is okay for now. Everything is under control for now, but we don't know what will happen after. And we wish Sarah Leone all of the best. And because whatever affects them affects us as a nation, because we are one and within the same region. So I like that interview, and I was trying to, but we're trying to play it subsequently, either today, tomorrow, anytime this week. But I just want to say shout out to all of those of my colleagues and senior should I say that senior those mentors that went along with Madam Thomas Lonte Brown, Madam why they trouble so money? Seattle Scott Josie, Madam Seattle Scott Josie, Madam Winnie Sewa Jimmy, Madam oh, I forgot the coordinator's name. Yeah, please don't do this to me. And all of my colleagues who were all together, it was actually a wonderful time learning, networking, and reporting, doing reporting independently. It was that yeah, it was an independent report that we were making, and everybody were like have to report to their various institution. And I want to say thank you so much. You were here, and all of the guys in the newsroom, they were really cooperative. Sometimes I wake up 3 o'clock doing my work, and at the end of the day, by 5 o'clock, I'm on the back. I'm on Justin's back. I'm on Marcus' back. Augustine. I mean, you took the heavy burden of all of those things that, because I would just say, I mean, please, we need I need this audio to be played right now, and you work on it to ensure that it comes up for the news, and you all were very cooperative. Even though I did not want, I mean, at some point you said, "Oh yeah, the station did not support Magdalene." I mean, she was like exposed to a lot of things. I mean, you sending journalists across, going into to another country to cover elections, and I mean that's the rest, just laid out under the carpet. But it was really wonderful. You guys are very cooperative, and you made my work very, very easy, because as soon as we do an interview, you were there to ensure that you process it, and plop, it was back on my phone. And I felt, that we have a lot to do. So I want to say again, this is 1 year today, makes it 1 year when we were in Sierra Leone and doing a little piece of job there. So thanks to you for your support, and all of my colleagues in the newsroom, Agwazisa, who is not here anymore. Yeah. So thank you all. It's good to I want to appreciate you guys.
Okay, it's the
Yeah.
first anniversary of the Sierra Leone electoral coverage by Magdalene. Today is what? 24th of June. That's 2024. And all is now settled for the agricultural symposium. All is set. When we come back, we talk more on it. Now I've laid hands on the folks, on the two young Liberians who refer to themselves as the game changer. They will be here to recite their recitation and give us additional minutes. But first, EcoBank and Orange Liberia. Together. Tell the guys to come. Oh, boy. Okay, so welcome back. This is State of the Nation, and it's good to have you after a long, can I say weekend? No, not, yes, yes, after a long weekend.
Yeah, for you, right?
Yes,
For you.
because I
Off
spent,
Friday.
in fact, I took the rest of the time on the rest of Friday at Villa Dijon. I am the brand ambassador. If I've done some photos, they're going to be coming up just after today's edition of State of the
I
Nation.
deleted them.
Sorry?
I deleted
I
them.
got them.
Okay.
I have them in my inbox.
Okay.
If I tell someone, if someone respects me and knows my talent and say I want to make use of your talent, and then you pay me back professionally, like the one that say I go and rest when I'm stressed up, I just
I see what I was looking for you. I see what people they basically ride a motorbike.
oh, I
but I
listened.
have
You
it.
said your vehicle is here. Why are you riding motorbike? And I was
Don't ride motorbike, you I have
far
it.
asleep. Far asleep, man. on a heavy downpour of rain. Yeah, thank you for your concern. Well, I don't ride motor, but I actually charter a keke
Okay.
and took me to Villa Dijon. There, opposite the Barber Way, is a pavement leading just by the fence of Senator McGill's house. And there is a huge maroon structure there, structurally engineered, the best way you think you can describe it, on the left-hand side. And that is where Lev is actually. That is where Lev is actually. Let me give you a little bit of history of world history. You know, where they have Iraq today, the present day Iraq, they got two rivers there, Euphrates and the Tigris River. In between there is a piece of land called Mesopotamia. That is where, according to historical research, that is where the Garden of Eden might have been located. Mesopotamia. That is where the Garden of Eden might have been located. It is a
Like
rich
between
piece
two
of land
rivers.
between two rivers. Meaning
Yeah.
Mesopotamia
Yeah.
means between two rivers.
Mhm.
That is where the historians believe the Garden of Eden might have been located. Everything about that place is just unique. And that's how Hotel Villa Dijon looks.
Oh.
No noise. And you stand, man, just, oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't wait to take my leave. I can't wait to take my leave and get the best out of mankind's gift to mankind. So that's how we are going to begin this edition of. I don't know where is Henry. Henry, you need to call me to tell me uh, whether I need to talk to you whether my favorite dish is there. The last time when I had to cook for myself, at least I had to alert that yes, when I come here, since it's intended to rest, I don't need to be cooking for myself. So Henry is there. He's there. He can better drive you around like um, the various apartments
Mhm.
like Triton and
Crystal.
Crystal,
I don't even
View,
forget about that.
you know, and Laura. All of those places are there for your own for your own comfort. Yes. Thank you so much, Henry. You are a wonderful guy. Trying to turn Liberian entrepreneurship into different. I went to a supermarket on was it a supermarket? No, it was a fast food outlet. The fast food outlet attached to Habel supermarket at 12 farm. Man, all the ladies there, they all frying up. For God's sake, if I don't buy, you don't have a job. And I take the menu. You got it on the menu and I said, I want this one. No, but this one I yell. Why you got it there? I don't know. So I just walked out.
Mhm.
You see, because of that singular action,
Mhm.
you made that business not to make money that day. I don't know. I don't know what Liberians would say to one job when you give them a job, and then there's the completely different group of people.
And that's where the issue of training comes in. You have if you cannot have be running a business or whatever thing that you are running and you just allow people to be like that. Some people do not call for any refresher training. They just allow people. Sometimes you have to, you have to organize trainings. Yes. And
Sometimes intermittently, refresher, sometimes.
yes. You have to do that.
Man,
Sometimes
the
you
girls
just
are beautiful, but they piss me off. In fact, that action you kill their beauty. I didn't even care to look in their faces anymore.
Anyway, that's not a business forum, but most often we talk about the issue of customer service in Liberia, which I know is one of the key issues that affect a lot of businesses, whether small business, petty traders, it affect them because I mean, you are selling. The reason why sometimes people run away from what you are selling and go to another person, the same thing the person is selling, it's not because the person went and robbed something on them in the morning or they did some, chanting before going to market. It is because the person knows how to smile with their customers. When that person is not able to provide, they will tell you, say, okay, go over there. I do not have it, but someone over there has, what you are asking for. They are just there to give, to help you. That's passion. Sometimes someone I told one day, yo, I know, but I told one young woman, she told something to me. I didn't want it. She said, okay, this is will be really good when you wear dress. You just do your wrap around and then it will look good on you. So I said, okay, let me carry it. I took it home. I didn't know how to use it, so I didn't like it. But at the end of the day, she started to ask, and I said, no, I said, I don't like it, but let me return it. If you have another one, you can give it to me, I will accept. She started to misbehave on me. I know, start to. So I told her, I said, I'm sorry to say that you are just looking for money to eat. You don't have passion for this profession. You should be looking for another one. If I do not want this one, you should be finding something else for me. But she took that so personal and thought like, okay, that you're the one working. I said, no, 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 no. It's not because I take my bare in the money. You are working and you are your own boss. For me, I wait for someone to pay me first. So all you have to do is to ensure that your customers are satisfied. Not because you just want to make money and eat that. So I told her, I said, you're just making money, but you have no passion for what you are doing. And you have I was so blunt with her. She got so angry. She explained, she tired and no evidence. I don't care about that. But sometimes you have to help people, help them so that they can be good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here we go. So as I said, all is set for the agriculture symposium. It's going to be on the 11 to 12 of July. It's going to be on a Thursday to Friday.
Yeah.
Thursday to Friday, 10 o'clock. Several speeches will be made, and some of the speakers are, for example, the Minister of Agriculture, the Registrar General of the Cooperative Development Agency, of course, our own partner, Pastor Robert Bimba. Pastor Robert Bimba is going to speak on the challenges and prospects of rice production in Liberia, and the Madam Nobu Kanaka of the Cooperative Development Agency will be speaking on the essence of cooperative as a strength to achieving individual slash group goal in the rice production. Several letters have been dispatched already. We got a total of 67 persons who have signed to attend. I don't know whether we got the hall for it. It's going to be taking place right here in the training hall of Truth FM here on the compound. It is explosive, and beginning tomorrow, you start hearing the jingle. We have to close registration at the end of tomorrow. Maybe we can give dispensation of for 70 persons. If it reaches 70, then we have to start talking about changing the venue or the hall, because we want everyone to sit and have
Comfortable.
very comfortably. So yes, but as we speak now, 67 persons have signed on, and those who we have received their form, fill it and return it. There are 67. Those who took it and have not returned it, we can account for that. But we encourage you to do that between now and tomorrow, because
Yeah.
we will look in the faces of those who want to participate. Say, no, we are overwhelmed now. We cannot take any more. All of these people are smallholders, farmers, and the title of the Agriculture Symposium is Public-Private Collaboration for Food Sustainability in Liberia. Mind you, in early April, the International Hunger Index released report on Liberia, 2023 report, and labeled Liberia as one of the hungriest country on earth. And then I'll read it on through the weekend. Egypt, 3% of its land is arable. Only 3%, that means it's agricultural activities. 3%, the rest, 97%, all desert, cannot support agricultural activities. But Egypt is the largest producer in Africa of cucumber, of grape, of tomato, of sugar beet, of watermelon, and all those things, all the vegetables. Have you ever gone to the Rabat International Airport? At 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning, Royal Air Morocco will touch down from Morocco, from Cairo, pass through Casablanca. Guess what they bring most of the time? Tomatoes, fresh tomatoes from desert Egypt. Liberia, 6 more rain, 6 more sunshine. We import 90% of our staple. We are about to celebrate 177 years. I got some things, and I will have to inculcate into the heads of Liberians about some of the comments made or being made about this War Crown Court, about the buses being donated, and the list goes on and on. But we will come after. But as I said, all is set for the Agriculture Symposium, and it's going to be on July 11th to the 12th at 10 o'clock. It's on a Thursday and Friday. So, sorry, I've got these boys in studio already, and we're going to listen to them carefully. Then we will ask them, what did they mean by this? This is State of the Nation. Let me put it on the screen, and you will hear what they have to say. It is a recitation, pure nationalistic, it's a patriotic wake-up call. Let's listen to the boys that are right now in studio.
Okay, so they're playing it. We
are stuck here. No growth, no progress for our trust the process. When our mothers say upon bread, banana bread, shortbread, but still can afford their children's daily bread. When we have fathers who don't come home anymore because they know that empty pockets don't make them comfortable around here. Every day chew on the bones of people who try to stay out. Why our leaders divide the national cake among themselves. But
it's okay. They play during election season, making those empty promises we swallow every 6 year. Our staple food.
The Lone Star is starving. See how we are moving like funny-head chicken. We don't know our left from our right, but everyone says Liberia is getting there. See how we work hard donors and classroom teachers. See how school fees dog has become a stray dog, biting entire families, and no one is doing anything.
The duo.
See how even our dreams have become zombies. We are
Group name the duo, just in case.
are dead, but no one cares. And still, we cry.
Liberia will rise. Liberia will rise.
How can we improve the life we are living when our prayers are falling in some trash can up in heaven? We have silenced the sound of guns, but our self-hate is more deadly than bullets. We have trusted in the law of the land, but we have never found change in the ballots. We say one nation, indivisible, but in the eyes of the masses, this line is invisible. For 200 years, such a
We shall better days, but we must find a better way. Lives we live in our minds can make the hustle pay, if not now. If not us, in this land of broken promises, the voices of the masses send echoes of hope.
from the slum communities and public offices
And across the sea shores, the need for change must not be ignored.
we can do better than Magani. The question is,
Do we even believe it?
the quest to create a better Liberia was top on the do list, but to do this we must stop complaining and start planning. Whether you see a wheeler market or even a supermarket, we can find what are broken in the system
To fix them, we don't need to be ministers to preach the message of change.
You don't need to win a seat in the house to clean your home. This nation doesn't need a new head of state, but
A new state.
of mind to define our worth, our past. It's like aborting our dreams without ever getting to see it. The beat of our hearts is our future generations knocking on the door of our lives, telling us You can do better, and we
Must believe.
we must believe. Like my value boy who is learning trade to add value to his life. Like my young boy who has realized that
Going to the hole.
to get high doesn't take him from grass to grace. We are not tomorrow's people. Our time is now, and we are mustard seed generation. We are
Built to mold gold out of sand to rise above every circumstance.
if we caught triumph out of trials, no more will hardship trap our soul. We must search for smiles and lift cries. To move from grass to grace, this is the price we have to pay. And with joy and gladness, we will one day shout, this too is Liberia. This too is Liberia. This too is our nation using its natural resources to reap supernatural harvest. This too is the love of our land spreading across party lines. This too is the day we bury that demonic slogan. It can't be me.
It can't.
This too is Kavala, flowing with pride among the rivers of Africa. This too is the lone star, shining bright and powerful, and taking the path of evolution. This too is Liberia.
This is a
Okay, this too is Liberia. The duo is in studio. They call themselves the duo Daniel W. Gatter Jr. and Dixon and Yadom. They call themselves duo. Gentlemen, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sally.
Yes, how you guys doing?
We are doing
We are doing
fine.
fine.
Well, I'm okay.
Okay. So, yes, you got to put name once again, it's your address, and then a couple of questions will come. I don't want to say barrage of questions, but the team here, this is State of the Nation, this is Magdalene. The team here is exceptionally impressed with your patriotic recitation. So let's hear you from this side and on the other side.
I am Daniel W. Gade, as you said. I'm a spoken word poet, I'm a creative writer, and I'm a change maker. We use our poem to make changes, and the duo is here to show you that.
Daniel, before we go to Dixon, your educational background.
I am a science student, University of Liberia. I studied chemistry, a senior student also.
Congratulations. Next, Dixon.
Okay. My name is Dixon and Yadam, and I'm also a spoken word poet and also a change maker as well. I am a junior student at the University of Liberia studying economics and public administration.
Okay, I know you guys are on compulsory break, right?
Exactly, yes, exactly.
Don't
We
worry.
hope it doesn't go on longer.
Don't worry. Things gonna be fine. But let me come to you, Daniel. Uh, you just the last time I burst into this thing on social media. I don't know how it was produced and then let it on in the social wild. And then when I came across it, I first listened, I pre-auditioned it or I auditioned it, and it made sense to me on some of our calls on this platform. Then I made a passionate plea that I was trying to get in touch with you. Akwe, right?
Akwe Ibu Senior.
No,
Akwe.
don't put that senior there. I don't know. The my brother told me say he doesn't have a boy child. I call him just senior. Yeah, so Akwe Bue called me up and told me, oh, he knew the guys in the Cordon duo. Unfortunately, last Friday you came Thursday,
Toy
right?
Stadium.
You came due to weather condition, which we didn't have any control over. We had to postpone it to today. Now you're here. Now let's hear what came to your mind when you started to write. Did you read it before reciting, or it is you went extempo?
So one thing you should know is that we call ourselves spoken word artists because we are poets. We write poetry. If a poet calls himself a spoken word artist, it means that He write poems that he wants to perform before people
Mhm.
to entertain, to engage, and to educate people. So yes, we wrote it before, and we have been doing this for a long time now, for years. So our idea has always been, we know how to do this thing, we know how to get to Liberian people, we know what is going on. Why can't we do a poem that will be like that will be able to explain our struggles and
A
push
national struggle, right?
the struggles of the nation
Mhm.
and put it for the media to see. And that is what we did. That was the first poem we posted on social media, on YouTube, Facebook. We have other poems, but that was the first poem we posted. This too is Liberia.
So it's
And
not
the
copyrighted,
calculation,
right? It's not copyrighted. Anybody can play it.
anybody can play, yes.
Okay.
And the calculation of our entire struggle as a nation.
Okay. So let's come to you, Dixie. You heard your colleague, man. Um, you've made any research or you made it, and then let me put it this way: how you got to know that this is Liberia's problem, as recited?
So I think it's simple because we all feel we taste, we can see Liberia's problem, and I don't think it's anything in hidden. So like Daniel said, it's how we feel. We bring how we feel, how we see, how we smell, how we touch Liberia into a creative form and called it a spoken word poetry. We know that a lot of people who come on the radio and say all of these things in a normal way, but we have taught to be very creative and catch people's attention with poetry.
Okay. So has any measurement taking place, whether you reach to your destination or your targeted group?
So the thing is, like Daniel said, we started this like years now. And first of all, let me be grateful to you guys for inviting us here. And I think you will also add
The
to
target
to the
group.
target group that we want to reach, and I
Mhm.
must have made. But we did pretty well with this piece. This piece, it has a power that every Liberian who listens to this, you don't have option but to like it. Because this is Liberia. This too is Liberia. This is what we're going through. This is how we should face this problem.
So who is your main target?
Let me add to him. So
Yeah.
at the beginning, we perform poems on stage, and even of 100 people, even of 50 people. But the target group is Liberia, the masses, as we call them.
Okay.
So we know that the masses is on social media.
Mhm.
Our target
So you want them to hear, but who is the message going to?
So let me just get it from
Mhm,
here. I
mhm.
think I understand now. The message is for those Liberians who they are still in this thing of doubt because
Mhm.
our poem is basically to change the mindset of Liberians. So our targeted group, like he said, the masses, those people that find themselves in the political space, they feel like they're victimized by certain decisions that have been taken. But then again, there's no time to lose hope because we can make Liberia the Liberia we want to make it.
Let me add, we said something.
Mhm.
We don't need a new head of state,
Yeah.
but a new state of mind.
Mhm.
The masses listen, motivation
Mhm.
to motivate Liberians. So that is the essence.
So in essence, you are talking to both the ordinary and the power brokers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me play a soundbite that could remind the power brokers as well. Maybe you could take a message from them. Let's see.
In politics, you must understand the following. One, nobody has your interest. Two, everybody is chasing their interests. Three,
Political
dealing with
messiah.
politicians is like sleeping with tigers. You must always have your eyes wide open. Four, and this is one of my
I should
favorites.
text him.
In any political equation, there's always someone in it. If you look around and you can't find that person, then it is you. Five, serving politicians is like a bandage on a wound. Once the wound is healed, your usefulness ends. Six, in politics, never will more than the bereaved. They will get the reward while you inherit their enemies.
Okay, so interestingly, you are speaking to two groups of Liberians: the politicians and those who are governed. The governed and the governors. And if we should take this political scientist recitation or into consideration, man, the people you want them to change the life of the ordinary people, they don't have their interest, your interest or their interest. It is their own interest. How are they going to listen to you?
So the thing is, that's why we have made the space. We've used the social media. That place is not for the decision maker or the non-decision maker. We are all there, and thankfully, just as you came across it, I know we believe there are some of them who have come across this thing, and once they listen to it, they don't even want to listen to it because, again, like you said, it's not in their interest. Neither it's for them because we also are going. So we believe that the same way we have you came across it, they will also come across it, and we believe that everyone have a conscience, and this piece have the power to transform whosoever that come across it, be it a decision maker or not.
Let
Yes,
me
go
add to
on.
that. Let me add to that. We always believe that people cannot use you without you agreeing with them using you. Many times in Liberia, we have politicians. Politicians use the ordinary people. But most of the times, if you really look at it, you will notice that the ordinary people allow the politicians to use them because they feel that politicians have power. But the thing is, we are the ones who gave them that power. So if we can get to you, the masses, people who are on the street, and tell them, you got the power to do this, and to do this, I believe that is what a change can start from, by the common people knowing how much power they have.
Okay, so this is State of the Nation, the duo on the first segment. Daniel Gatter Jr. and Dixon Yadon, they call themselves duo. They are spoken word poets. You just listen to a soundbite of one. I don't know whether this is the first one or what.
Yeah, that's the first we have there, and we will love that.
When do we expect
We
another
would
one?
love to have you play others. We have others.
Okay, so you got my number, right? The number you called me on this morning is
Yes.
my WhatsApp, so you can.
Yeah, let me do
Yes.
that. Let me do that.
Okay.
When did you have your first program? Like launching this initiative?
So this started January 1, that was 2022. So individually we were separated. We did our own poems separately, but then we said no, we have to combine the forces and just come with it. So January, that was when we came up with the entire group, the duo. In February, we launched this first spoken word piece, but we have not officially have a ceremony or program to be like, okay, we officially have a big program to do this. No, but on the media, in the poetic space in Liberia, people know the duo, and people know who the duos are, and we have gained that particular space. But to say we are going to have a formal program to say we're going to launch the duo, we have not done it yet. It's something that we have in our minds, and we are going to do as soon as possible.
Okay, so you guys are collegiate students. I don't know how you're going to. How do you manage your time? Doing this and then ensure that you score the required GPA to keep yourself in school. How do you divide your time?
So this is also a part of our schoolwork. I would like to say this as well.
And another thing we would like to add, I think here's one reason that we are not doing poetry full time. So I can say this
It's a challenge,
part-time job we do. That is one reason we don't release poems every month or every 2 months. And we release, I think,
five.
Yeah,
five
since 2022 we have released 5 poems. So we've had this issue of time. He and I don't have the same schedule. When I'm studying, maybe he is doing another thing, and when he is studying, I'm doing another thing. So it makes it a little bit difficult.
Okay.
But then we know that we have this passion, we know that we have this talent. So there are times we have to put other things aside and do it.
Okay, so while we're trying to download the one you just sent me, let me play another targeted group that you think you are reaching out to. This is how a Rwandan politician looks at those who um, people refer to as game changer or what? How do I call it? Those who encourage the young people to go to school, but then when the young people go to school, they come back. Well, these people who encourage them, they are nowhere to find to give them jobs. Let's listen to this one quickly while we download this one.
We've been telling young people, go to school, get educated, then you'll get a good job, you'll be empowered. But in most of our countries, the people who are living the best lives, they have no education. The people who are driving the best cars, no education. We have political cadres now occupying significant positions in government because they are loyal. Some of them are fantastically incompetent, but they are wonderful people. Unfortunately, one opponent does not cure the underdevelopment challenge or the ability of external forces to hijack our governance. We're recycling
Fantastically.
who are living half the time out in Europe, investing everything they were stealing out in Europe. Now, the problem we had was we tell these young people you have to be law abiding. There will not be peace and security. Based on this lie that others have a right to eat and the rest have a right to silence. Right? Silence. Eating is in progress. We have equated having things with being. So that those who have things are considered more human beings. They are not arrested, they are not harassed because they have things. They have Lamborghinis, they have Porsche Cayennes, they have big houses. So every single person now wants to have things. And the best way to get things is either you get miracle money in church, you go to the occult, or you steal.
Okay, so that is a Rwandan politician, and he's speaking on behalf of the young people, like you yourself. Yeah, those who tell the young people go to school for a better tomorrow are the ones who don't encourage them, don't create any enabling environment for them. In fact, he said in the African society, the uneducated are the movers and shakers, while the educated people are left behind to eat at the will and pleasure of the uneducated. Let's see what Magdalene has. Let's see. This one is titled what Messiah?
The political
The
So-
messiah.
political Messiah.
Yeah, so I think we just
Just
want
hold on. Let's just hold on so we can play it, then we'll come back to you.
Okay. So I just want to
That's
explain a bit about it. Let him play first.
Shine light was come with a solution to our endless problem. It brings better infrastructure, roads connectivity, and better laws for our
Okay,
nation.
loud my own.
See, the political messiah. I'm tired with this spider story. Citizens, sons of the soil who value your blood above your future, your kings may have come with dictions infected with contradictions to reap what he didn't sow. He sits in a house, and since you have sold this seed many times before, I know that with the few bags of rice I've got, your elders will make me the people's choice. In my platform, I promise to transform your life with structural reform, lawmaking, oversight, and representation. But the people who created that platform were making fun. See, I am here to promise you milk and honey, and you try to take away your hope and money. I will build you roads which will only link my house to my office. I will use your taxes to provide quality education for the masses. Then send my children abroad for quality education and count on me to improve your agricultural sector by turning the national chorus into my farm. And I will bring electricity into this city, but it will only serve me, myself, and I. Today, I am down to earth, the man But tomorrow you people will come like towards behind my convoy before I turn you the ends I will turn you from barren youths to noisy minority. Vote for me, and I will make you swallow your sweat and swear.
Ole.
You will strike for your own salaries until you run crazy after accepting all my donations. What else do you expect me to do for this nation? I have already paid your pastors to pray over me so that after elections I can pray for you. I have made your top musicians to sing my praises before I sing this country. I am corrupt and poor, and at least now you know. So please, place your future in this sense that I will use to take your cookies from the cookies jar of police, and I will sweep your destiny under the carpet in committee and go on to turn every section into a market ground and keep this nation in constant recession with our actions. I am Delilah. I cajole you with lies, and you know, but my sweet tongue has taken away your sense of reason, something. I know you came prepared to hear the gospel of change, or change my feet. Brace yourselves, for your future as empty as the promises I fed you. I am the political messiah. For one Christ fed 5,000, I will feed all 5 million. So go on, follow me with blind loyalty, because soon you will beg me like blind people. Go on, elect Hitler and expect anything less than a holocaust of your own dreams. Go on, elect this pharaoh-minded politician who wants to let his
That's my line.
people grow. Go on, elect me, and I will show you the definition of it.
Oh, sorry. Is that the end?
No,
It's short lender, right?
yeah,
Anyway, we'll do more of that. We download till we don't have enough time. But political messiah, and you spoke like you were directed at the legislature, man. Got 3 branches of government. What did they do to you?
The legislature is the most powerful branch of government, and it was during the election season. The people we see around mostly are the people who are contesting for other representative seat or senatorial seat, and these are the people who call our voices. So if your voice is taking power from you, if you are voting the person who are calling your voice based on him providing you rice or based on him providing you oil, it means that you are giving your voice away. It means that if the person, let's say the person took loan to buy those bags of rice and give them to you, definitely instead of that person campaigning for your rights in that house, that person will be finding money to pay his loan back, etc.
Wow. Yes, Dixie.
yeah. So just something he left out. This poem is actually how do I call it?
Or
What's that?
satire.
It's satire. Like you see, in the poem there are 2 parts. I acted as the party chairman in that particular piece, introducing my candidate and telling the people that he's going to do all of the good things for them. But that's what he's called a political messiah, because he's come to free the people from that thing of what actually they have in mind and coming to say the sweet talks. So in a part of the piece, he was like, I'm tired with this father story. So the people who printed that platform, they were making fun. And the real platform, the one that they always keep in the back of the room,
Exactly.
he as the political messiah
Exactly.
come to free the people from it and tell them the exact thing. Vote me, and this is what I'll do. I'll give you milk and honey. In interim, I'll take your money.
And
They don't tell us these things, but that's what they actually do at the end of it.
and I think I can say it based on history, based on the trajectory that our bureau has been on for ages, we can say that this is a fact. Liberia, as you know it, have not really have a huge increase in development. Liberia is one of the least developed nations in the world, and we have been practicing democracy for as long as we have been in existence. It means that we have been having people who have always promised us things, and yet done otherwise, it means obviously that they have had different platforms. So the ones they present to us is different. So he doesn't know what I'm about to say, or he thinks that the fake platform or the usual platform that we use to cajole people is what I'm going to use. But then I say, you know what? I got morals, I got values. So let me tell these people the truth.
Okay, so we're about to open the lines, and just in 1 minute, the both of you can tell us, since we've identified Liberia's problem, what are the solutions, or what is the solution? Do we have a workable solution in the short term, middle term, or long term?
I think, like we've always been saying, and that is our entire message, the solution to Liberia's problem is our minds. As poets, we try our best to encourage people, we try our best to agitate people, to make them to understand that the people who are in the house, or the people you are calling politicians, they are not the ones who are going to solve this problem. The problem can only be solved if we decide, as the masses, we decide and say, you know what, let us look at Liberia from a wilder perspective, and let us, number one, empower ourselves. We can empower ourselves by not only focusing on civil service positions, but then we can do our own things around entrepreneurship, etc. And also, apart from the entire house, we can say, you know what, we will change the way we look at our leaders. We'll change the way we elect people, and we can do this. Literacy pays.
Yeah, for me, I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go around what Daniel said. The solution to Liberia's problem, in my own opinion, is the change of mindset, and it all boils down to education. If this country, if our country, we've been saying we've invested in education over the years, but I think it has been more about quantity. What we need is quality education, because you see, even these guys who go to make the decisions, they are so afraid, because if they give us the quality education, as the masses they call us, they're not going to get what they get, because before we get all of them who controls what we do here, we're going to scrutinize them. But again, because of the high illiteracy rate we have in our country, they take advantage of us, and they don't even care to even give us the kind of education we should get. And like I said, like Daniel said, our sole solution to any problem is just us investing in education and changing the mindset of our people.
Okay, so we are about to open the lines on 077-2859-61, 077-2859-61. The duo in studio, written poets. You listen to at least one, I mean, two of their work, and then we're about to get your. What do you make of their intervention? You think it's going to be the usual Liberian business? It's going to fall on like it dogs back, or is going to
Hello.
find solution? Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the problem. I come from South Africa community, Chicago.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, thanks to the young folks there in team with the documentary. One of the things that we need to do, actually, especially the young people, get the message not only to the politicians, but to all Nigerians, especially the young folks. We don't need to change the head of state, but rather the change of mind. All of us Nigerians, especially the young folks, we need to have a change of mind so that we can make things better for Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But if we don't change the leadership, then we undermine our own form of government, democracy. Yeah, let's hear you. Let's hear you, Chief. Yeah, let's hear you. Thank
Only
you.
man.
Thank you very much. Let me take
No,
another one. Um,
no,
another
no.
one. Another call is coming in. Hello. Yeah, let's hear you.
Now, man.
And you ready again? Thank you. Thank you. Let me take another one. Uh, another one. We got 4 more to go. We can take it from this end. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Good afternoon.
Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, this is Charles Cooper. I call from Kingsburg. Let me appreciate the crowd in studio for the kind of festival what we are doing for like the tour. I think what guys are doing very great for like the year. And please, I think they understand that the program for the all use them for some saving bottoms and whatnot. Because I think what they are doing is very efficient. Like you said, I think we all have identified our problems. But then we are not able to find an applicable solution to that problem. But what is appearing no a problem that appears. And when it comes to the way we make decisions this moment, we almost like setting our first right to politicians and at the time when they were on the crowd. So until we can decide to put our consciousness and put responsible leadership, criteria, other things, our country is going nowhere. So I think I'm following all people and I think I'm doing more solutions for everybody. We also use them to create awareness for communities when there are elections around for us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Another one is coming in. Hello. 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 Yeah, let's hear you. Second to the last.
From Lee Junction, and I want to appreciate the duo for never harassing me this afternoon. I really appreciate that what they're doing for Nigeria, and I just thank you to them so much. I'm very happy because this is education.
Okay.
Go to school, and you see engaging your principals, universities, and start listening to school, and they will actually have a large platform. If you talk about social media, what impressive when they go to school gallery, what you have in the facility, for the dinner, they will have to change your mind of people. Let us start off from the school. I think it will help. I want to say thank you to the school, and I'm going to follow them. I mean, I'm so
Okay, thank you. We take the last one. Then thank you so much. We can take the last one and go back to the studio to talk to the young people as they wind up. This caller is coming in. Hello, hello. Anyway, I think there's some glitches here. Daniel and Dixon, you heard the callers, man. Everyone is giving you a standing ovation and telling you as patriotic. I don't know whether it will fall on listening ears, but here we are. Let's hear you quickly.
Firstly, we want to thank all the callers for the commendations and recommendations. We hope and pray that the right people who should listen, and not only listen but take action. Let if you are Liberian, if you've listened to these works, it means that there is an action that you as a person can take, and you listen to the action that you can take and take such action.
Yep, let's hear you.
Yeah, so again, like Daniel said, I want to thank all of the callers as well for their positive remarks. Um, my hope here is that I wish that what we are doing cannot just be played here on Truth FM, but every media outlet in Liberia can let our voices, because I tell anybody everywhere I meet, we tell the Liberian story better than anybody think we can tell it.
Okay.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you have to reach out to people. I don't know whether you are reaching out.
So
It's better that you reach out to them, or instead of letting or allowing them to get in contact with you.
yeah, I think we will also take that too. But then there have been few people that we've tried to reach out to, but then they just played down on it. And I don't know whether this is our parting comment, but then I just wanted to say thank you to Uncle Chris here for this, because not every I've sent this to countless of people who I know that are in the media spaces, but then probably they did not listen to it, they saw it and they did not take interest in it. But again, it took a man like Chris to do what he did, and I'm really so proud of him. And thank you for giving us this opportunity. And I don't know where else we're going to gather from again, but we just want to say we're so grateful to you and the entire Truth FM family.
Yeah, so I'll go back to you again. I mean, he did his very best by inviting you on, and I mean, sometimes you were fortunate. There are other people who will be like, "Oh, I say something to you" and stuff like that. But continue, keep engaging. I mean, you are transforming minds, so you are I know you are on top of that. So continue to engage them. Like sometimes people will send something to my phone. They have to be like, continue engaging, reminding. Just continue to do it. Before you log, OKFM got it, ELBC, at the other, media institutions. But I don't want you to, like say, I send it to you and I expect you to look at it after a week and get back to me. But you should be, like consistent, very, very, persistent in reminding those that you send your audience to.
Thank you so much. That is well taken.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how we go home on this edition, on this segment of State of the Nation. Let's take this musical break to be right back. When we come back, obviously, it has to be some hardcore politics of the week. And this is it. This is Senzo who's going to care for us.
Thank you. But that was what they're asking for. Let's go, Lord.
Let
me get their number. Okay. 7. Okay. Yeah.
Man, so what happened to your album?
My phone spoiled.
So I
said something in my phone dropped.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna.
The minute me using the lights here would make the picture better. Don't worry. The lights here will make the picture so better. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oof. It wasn't bad. It was cool.
This
It's okay. Let's go on me.
this
Yeah.
our representative accusing Martin.
Who's this?
This QA.
You get up on me.
Man, so what is your name?
I'm Daniel Son.
Oh,
Man,
but
Daniel
you
Gabriel.
I wanted to ask you why you asking me. What?
Yeah.
Because his name they call Daniel here.
You answer.
And he answered, man, I
Yeah.
think I need Daniel too. Anyway, maybe he was not. He didn't remember that it was you.
Yeah, I didn't.
Because you guys were 2 years. I was just checking out that.
Thank you for the work.
Yeah, man.
I just read a text, Daniel. The part of the
I'll
text.
lower the music, then you play that thing.
You should think of people.
Yeah, we have to.
Try to get them.
Okay. They're not. They're not. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then they go to-
So the 5,000 I said I was used to procure handicap for the sound of the legislature. Liberia had died no money in hospitals. We use it on the 5,000 procure handicap. No one can talk about it. The press, more will be talking. I might not point to anything about it. But I think it's how much I think for me. And I actually will let you know. How much you think, Jack?
Who's gonna talk for us? James Collier, Representative, District 3, Bond County, accuses his colleague of Bond County, Marvin Cole, of $75,000 used on the procurement of ID cards for House of Representative staffers. Liberia. This is not a state of the nation accusation.
I went to the US to do the picture.
$75,000.
So,
When anything is possible, Liberia.
oh my God. At least something are going to come up.
Musa Hassan Benedict represented District 7, Nimba County. So I placed on my Facebook page, I said we'll head from Buchanan to Farmington. Let's watch what's going to come up from Farmington. Liberia, a land of possibilities. So the line of questioning by the journalists, this is what the problem I had. You know, they say in journalist interview, don't let the interviewee take charge of the interview. And that's exactly what happened. The man controlled the pace of the interview, and then the journalist lost completely and start asking the man, so how much you think? So the man plays the challenge to them, like, come on, let me escort you to the chairman on Rules Order Administration. I will escort you. You can validate my accusation by engaging the chairman, which never come up to now. Liberia. Meanwhile, the United States Congressman Chris Smith. You remember Chris? Who described George Weah's government as a bunch of kleptocrats. Kleptocrats. He's a Republican, also representative member of Congress, representing New Jersey, has written and issued a press release. I will read it for you. Meanwhile, we congratulate Jonathan Massaquoi, Counselor at Law, Executive Director, Officer of the Establishment of War and Economic Crime Court. In the jiffy, we go to Harper, Maryland County, and then come to Mike Gibby, And then we'll speak to a visually impaired young lady. Come on, man, let's rise up. Something, let's restore the dignity of this young lady. Mamaka, good afternoon to you. So let's bring this one down. And then while we prepare to go to
To the
Harper,
Harper, right?
yes, Harper
So this
Express.
one came in on the 19th of June 2024. The judge of the 9th Judicial Circuit Court sitting in Bangabon County has canceled the results of the President of Liberia period 2022 controversial elections.
I knew that would have happened ever since.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's the Congress, you go for Congress. Congress is not just having election. There should be other discussion. I knew, and we just wasted our
it
time.
wasted our
and-
time, and
Yes.
we all feel so disappointed.
I hope-
The watchdogs of the society were supposed to
There
be
were no
watching.
fortunate PUL during the election. Imagine that.
Yeah,
A national election.
you'll be there watching over the executive, judiciary, legislative or legislature, right? And then you let me not go into what I want to say. I think let's go Maryland, because I feel so disappointed. The last time we had Kanye, the former SG of the PUL, when he came here, I told him I'm about to post on my Facebook page that I regret being a member of the PUL. And he was laughing. He said, what do you mean by that? I said, no, just wait. I gave you a few minutes. I was actually typing to put, but I just forgot. And later on, I think like 2 days after, then Julius Kanuba, one of the candidates in the elections, sent a press release to me. I didn't even bother looking at it, but then later on, I got to know that was what, they canceled the results from the elections. Well, you keep watching over the society, you keep watching over politicians, calling people to order, and you had the PUL running like that for over 2 consecutive years, and no conscience to tell you that this place is in disarray. From 2022, even though the writing, all of us want the writing to be done, but you are watching, you are telling people the truth, but you don't want to do what is right. It's so disappointing at times, and you got people, younger people who are coming up, and they are looking up to you. Every time I had the opportunity to go places and talk about this and tell people how disappointed I am, I had to do it. And this one coming in, it's something that we all expected were going to be canceled. Of course, it was delayed, but we all want the writing to be done. But you allow the general elections to pass, and all the small exonerates that you gave birth to, they all did well, and they continue to do well. While you sit over there, you are grandma, you're not working, you on the ground and making all the big move. Anyways, another thing to talk about another time. But on a serious note, I feel so disappointed that you have to be calling people to order, but you don't know the truth. You don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing. And sorry to say, I salute you all, but most of us, especially me, feel so disappointed.
Okay, so Ibe Plaki says these are magnificent messages. Normally, messages affect everyone, including those who perform it. Kudos to you guys. The folks that left the studio already. Hey, this you got a folks from Maryland. Is he expecting? So let's listen to this one while we connected Maryland. Imagine this Ghanaian sits. This
officers, they were following these buses with a truck, and as a pickup truck. And over the Achimota, they have come to Achimota, Mabe rebrand the buses in India. These are Ayalolo buses. We know where they're heading. We have people on their tail. But we want to ask the Ghana government, why are they rebranding these buses and taking them to Liberia? What is happening in Liberia? That our buses are Ghana Fusikatoyeno. They are rebranded. Nanakomia STC. Are these your buses? Now, you can see what they were doing. They have put National Transit Authority. I don't know if there's an NTA in Ghana, but these are buses registered in Ghana. Our Ghana numbers 2016, and they register buses way. Today, at Chimota, they were all rebranded and they are on their way to NDA.
Okay, so yes, on an inept and ill-informed person will use a microphone to spew out this kind of information about a sisterly republic exchange of gifts. And then, you know, this guy, I just done a research. He's an opposition journalist.
So we are just asking.
Just wait, just give me a chance. I'm not. I'm really talking here. For that guy, Ghana as a sovereign nation, member of the AU, member of the ECOWAS, member of the United Nations, should not give anything out to a sisterly republic, as long as his political party is not in power. That's his argument. Look at his argument. Look at his weak argument. The buses are registered in, you know how many vehicles are registered in Europe, in Ghana, in America that make their way here? Or how many vehicles that, for God's sake, this is as a result of diplomatic engagements between the two countries that have subsisted for years. I don't know whether this man knows that Liberia was there for Ghana before and made the embassy of Ghana listen to this one. When you went into recession in the 1960s, mid-60s and late and early 70s, when you stood in the lines to buy sugar dust or granulated sugar, not sugar lump. When many of you
I'm sorry.
Many of you made your way through the territory and came to this glorious land of liberty. Most of them were horse on Snapper Hill, Mama Point on the left-hand side, where somewhere around you see on Brown FM now. You might have forgotten. Eh? Your country sent buses to...
Yeah, go on. I mean,
Yeah.
he's there. Yeah, he's on just land.
Okay, so yes, let's take it away. We'll come back to this one.
Yeah. So now we have traveled now to the southeastern part of Liberia, and we got Rashford Gardiner, who is our southeastern analyst. Chief, it's good to have you on.
It was a pleasure in Magdalene and Chris, and of course it's a good one, a wet one from something like that.
Are you there? Are you there? Yeah? Okay, so tell us what the latest in the southeast.
The reduction in the prices of gasoline and a few other basic commodities, we had the availability of these commodities as a result of the fact that vehicles are able to fly the route from Monrovia to Monrovia with relative ease. And I mean, this includes very small vehicles, which we would usually refer to in Liberia as a taxi.
Okay, so a gallon of petroleum product now is sold for what?
But from 1,000, it's now sold for $1,000 initially. That I'm talking about just 3-4 weeks ago, we were somewhere around 1,200, 1,300.
So it's dropped to 1,000 now. Not too much difference with like Monrovia. Monrovia is somewhere around $750 or $800 at most. That's significant comparatively, and looking at the distance from the capital comparatively is a significant reduction.
Also, the fact that it is available at this time of year. So that's two things. One is the price. And two, and most importantly, because for some time now, we've seen gasoline being so readily available, especially in the month of June and July and all of that. So availability is the most important thing here to come, because there's like Southeasterners, especially in Maryland, Grand Crew and River G, they've basically grown accustomed to one, but whether it's available, it's the most important thing. So yes, those commodities, rice, and all of that, and every other.
Okay, so now we know the prices have dropped significantly. But let's see whether it is resonating with the actual cost of living. That is readily going to buy it. Yes, we agree. But whether the end users are equally benefiting from the reduction in these prices.
Well, this would depend on one's own income and yes, but
Sorry, are you there?
Right, Paul? Hello. All right. Let me read that. Let me read that. I think there's some connection.
Okay, so we're talking with Rashford from Harper, Maryland County. He's reporting gasoline, a gallon of gasoline is now at $1,000. And our inquiry went on to ask whether whether they were these prices were affecting the end users or the end users were equally benefiting from the reduction. That is, if rice and gasoline are available on the market, what and if you were to buy,
He's back.
okay. So sorry, we had some connection problem, but it's good you're back.
yes, thank you very much. So as I was saying, yes, they are available, but whether everyone is able to afford that's something else. But they are available. That's
Yeah. So if I were buying a cup of rice at 100 in the southeast, and you are reporting reduction in the price, it should drop to an amount where the end user will readily know, yes, there is a drop in the price. That is, if I used to buy it at 100, it's no longer at 100. That is direct benefit to the end users.
totally agree. Yeah. So yeah, aside from that, because you asked how to the southeastern region, especially the Maryland County. So with that affects the entire region, but localizing the report, we have this issue, this ongoing issue, which has I will say plagued the regime of the local regime of Maryland County, the local leadership, where you have the land dispute simmering on and to be like, maybe the government of Liberia is unable to take any action, especially when it comes to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the Ministry of Justice. Remember, we had reported in late March and early April that some people in the township, big town, claimed that the entire harbor belonged to them, and they chased a sitting judge out of Maryland County. No one has seen anything done. The guys who perpetrated the act are moving around scot-free. The judge has not yet returned. This means that the functionality of the third arm of branch of government has been compromised at the level of the circuit court. We keep hearing that the Minister of Justice traveled, and the Chief Justice traveled, and they're going to come and all of that, but nothing. And it seems as though the government is unable to curtail. This is an affront to the government. Many people are getting angry. On top of that, you have the situation again where people of the same big town have extended their land and grab to a neighboring township of Rocktown, which 2 weeks, we've seen tensions in that area with the people of Rocktown accusing people of Bigan of chasing their children along the beach with cutlasses and all of that. So ordinary people are wondering, but why is it that the central government is not doing anything about this? And of course, the Minister of Internal Affairs knows exactly what's going on. He knows the story. We before on this issue, but it's like nobody cares. The Ministry of Justice doesn't care. Apparently, you have a handful of police down here, though, who are, I would say, are basically unable to do anything. On yesterday, we interviewed the superintendent of the county. He said, the new police director, Gregory Coleman, said Maryland County was on his mind, and we're going to bring vehicles and think about training more manpower for the county and all of that. But it's sickening and heartbreaking to see that the further you move away from Monrovia, the weaker the government of Liberia becomes, and this would mean and imply that the Liberian government is the weakest here. The authority of central government is weakest in Maryland County.
Well, we hope these things are going. Since we reported that the judge was besieged or held hostage and managed to leave, the courts have been closed since then. That's almost going to a year now.
That's 2 months, going to 2 months now, and nothing is, we're not hearing anything. I personally tried reaching out to the Minister of Internal Affairs because he's responsible for supervising the superintendents of the various counties, and I mean just nothing. And the guys are moving around, bragging and boasting as though they are lords of themselves. This is quite embarrassing for central government. I don't know if they are quite aware of maybe the president, the chief executive is aware, but this is not a very good sign. Remember, we had hooligans destroying an entire maximum security of a police, a prison center here back in 2021. Those people some of them were arrested, some of the perpetrators, and then subsequently released. So this is like a cycle, and it's going to be unfair for maybe someone who stole a chicken to be jailed and for 3 years or something of the sort. Why people who challenge directly the authority of the Liberian government just pass around and nothing is done about it.
Okay. Is there any other information you want to let the Republic of Liberia know from the southeast?
Well, we've had severe rainfalls over the past 2 weeks, and the construction of homes and other structures in the Harper area, especially Harper, people is not as affected as Harper. We have this construction of homes over drainages and waterways, leading to flash flooding, and the local authority, especially the EPA. I mean, it's surprising to note that the EPA would try to put a stay order on people tearing down, for example, an old structure which poses a threat to human safety. But I would say nothing when new structures are being built on drainages and gutters. So on the radio talk shows in Harper and people, this has been the talk of the last week or so, wherein the EPA does nothing. The Ministry of Public Works, they too are, would stop people from tearing up building old structure. There are several of them here. They'll meet the person who's doing it, but say, why didn't you tell us that you're tearing down this structure? But you would see people constructing buildings on alleyways and on drainages and do nothing about it. And so we have this situation now in Harper where especially at the LC Junction, which is becoming the red light district of Harper. Floods, whenever there's a little bit of heavy rainfall, you have the entire place flooded, and people have to leave their homes. And it's going to intrigue you to know that as soon as the water recedes, they return back promptly.
Okay, Rashford, thank you so much, and keep filing in as we find solution to Liberia's enormous problem. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
Okay,
All right, Chief.
all right. So, what's about my Gibby?
Yep. Yeah, got it.
Okay, so we go to Calcutta, Margibi County. Declan is our analyst, Central Liberia. Declan, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Chris. How you doing?
I'm good, and it's good to have you. And how is Calcutta? Where are you? Wheeler, Calcutta, or
I'm on a highway leaving PNG City to Canada.
Oh,
okay?
why? You said from Peaceville? They got Peaceville in Calcutta or from?
I don't on the highway. You don't know the Canada highway.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Tell us what the latest in Margibi today.
It's doing great. There's a lot happening here. The first thing we have the unstable situation at one of the community radio stations, Radio Kakata, while the superintendent is flexing her muscle and she immediately suspended the station manager over the weekend and replaced him with immediate effect. And they have called for a loss of intervention now. ECOWAS, Internews, ALICO, and other media stakeholders saying this is a form of censorship, that as a superintendent, she does not have direct control over the radio station. She should have referred to the board who are taking such decision. So this is the latest news, and the issue
So-
of some of our coverage as well.
Yeah, but Emmanuel, what is the reason for? I mean, the dismissal of the station manager.
The superintendent says the station manager does not respect our authority. The station manager involved to alleged financial malpractice. The station manager is not respecting our authority, and these are some of the reasons. But as you may be aware, community radio stations set up are meant for the people, so they should not have direct political interference. So the ALICO issue statement calling for the reinstatement of the manager unconditionally. And if they have issue, the board should be the one taking decision, because the board is an institutional representation of different communities, civil communities, and different people, non-governmental people representing different institutions on the board. So as such, this board has the right to hire, fire, suspend, or institute any other measure against the manager, not a political authority like the superintendent.
Is she a member of the board?
No, she's not a member of. She's not a member of the board. The board, the constitution of the local radio station considers the city mayor of a city or the commissioner of a district where the radio station is situated as ex-official. So their authority does not directly extend to instituting measure of suspension or dismissal. Their authority is if they are crosses beyond certain control, they can make some meaningful intervention. And the intervention they can make is to mitigate the conflict. It is not to directly institute any measure dismissing a manager.
Okay, so what's happening now with those members of the board, and what are they doing? What is Alico doing? What is Internews doing? What is ECOWAS doing? And
Inform the Internal Affairs Minister, Minister Francis Guimaraes. They are also informed other stakeholders that the radio station should be void of political interference, because if you would be aware, there are few radio stations that are this kind of situation. The last time you checked, there was an interview on Smart FM's radio doing the missing and assistant mastery of the electoral office. You noted that I think the superintendent also was stormed into the interview, while the interview was live on air. So it tells you how directly the political authorities want to have grips on the radio stations. So a legal position is clear that these people should not have direct influence over the radio station, because at the end of the day, they will deny other people access. It means the radio station should be the voice of everyone. And ECOWAS as well has communicated accordingly with the relevant authority, asking them to return the radio station to its normal position by reinstating the manager and making sure that all of those who are to be authority are there, and what the necessary investigation that should be instituted should be channeled through the welfare authority. And Nico has stated that it's the board considered the highest decision-making body of the radio station instead of the superintendent using for office directly, which is a political office.
okay, so I mean the board is the highest decision maker. So why did this communication become effective if she has no authority to dismiss anyone? The board has the authority to dismiss.
And she just took over and she said that the board is active according to her. The board are done working, and the station manager is being accused. So since the board is inactive, she's first to dissolve the board. She said there was no board. So
she dissolved the board, or the
okay. She dissolved the board. That those who consider themselves board, she does not recognize them. Their authority is not involved, and that's how she went further to take the decision.
So is investigation ongoing?
Yeah, there have been intervention by the donor. Internews have been intervening, but this is not the first time. The radio station have continually had this kind of situation since 2004.
With the issue of financial malpractices?
No, with the issue of political authority institution, the removal of the station manager. It have been since it was established by Mercy Corps in 2004. Since 2004, along the way, they had one Milton Coleman elite now. He was forcibly removed. Similarly, they had one Chris Kaju who was forcibly removed. They had Elvis Gono who was also forcibly removed. They had Samuel Bobo. Samuel Bobo was not just being removed, but he was being imprisoned on the order of the city mayor for more than 24 hours. He was being put in jail, and later he was being replaced by Jerry Quay, the current manager, who is also being removed today by the current superintendent. So despite being a community radio, they had this continuous political interference with the running of the station.
So who's in charge right now?
The superintendent is in charge. She's the one running the radio.
All right. Yeah, but tell us about the Salala Rubber Corporation plantation. You said the workers are in demand of better working conditions. I mean, this is something that is everywhere. Everybody protesting everywhere, and
some of the people facing worse conditions are people who are rubber tappers. And by Monday, I was sent an interview to you at date in 2023 election.
You said Monday, this coming Monday?
All right. That's just.
You say in the weekend.
I think we. But tomorrow,
All right.
I will send an interview to you, and I did with Robert Tapos of Firestone Rubber Plantation.
Okay.
The least group of people who had the highest level of force in terms of labor intensive job are Robert Tapos, but they have been given the least incentives. So this is just with the case of Sarah Rubber Corporation. Sarah Rubber Corporation is a Sophie company, a company from the UK, and they providing support. They have several plantations across Africa and all parts of Asia.
Mm.
And the Sophie Group runs and manages Sarah Rubber Corporation and the Lago Agriculture Company. Lago Agriculture Company LAC. And they have tapos. Corporation on below standard in terms of living conditions. These tapos have to wake up 4 o'clock every morning to go to the rubber plantation, and they leave 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it means that they have to work more than 12 hours or even less than 10 hours every day. And now more than 10 hours every day.
What?
And these people have been given extra incentives. Accordingly, they had to reach the target of 1,700 kg a month. So 1,700 kg will be 3,000 plus pounds. If you have to produce 1,700 kg, they would deduct 20% of that amount as water. So if they deduct 20% of that amount as water weight, you will probably be left with nothing. Then they deduct of your total income per month, they deduct rents, they deduct medical, they deduct other things, then you either be left with 150 or not more than 200 US dollars. So the workers are saying they were demanding better working conditions in terms of wages. They were also demanding better health care. They were also demanding that the kids that are in the plantation. And the same thing most small plantations do is that they only transport children that are certain destinations. Most of the workers' children live Wiala, so they provide buses to bring them to Wiala. So if your kids live in a plantation camp outside the school that is more than 1 hour, when they tell them more than 45 minutes, they don't care. The buses only come to Wiala to bring students that are going to the high school. So the other people either have to work or find an alternative means of getting back home. So these are some of the reasons they were protesting. And one of those major reasons also they were stating that they would go to the company hospital. The hospital doesn't have medicine. The hospital gives them prescription to buy drugs also. But yet and still, they get deducted for their salary because of medical benefit they get for the company. Deduct medical care from people that they don't get immediate medical treatment from the particular facility they have been affected by the deduction. These are some of the reasons the workers were protesting.
Emmanuel, can you please link us with the work to I'm very, very sure they have workers, and if you can help us with the anyone from the leadership, so maybe anytime this week we can hear from them.
The leadership and even the consultant who were doing the management issue will give you their contacts.
Okay, Chief. Thanks so much for your service to Liberia. Oh no! Rest assured is you already have your ticket. We're going to be up on the rooftop. On the rooftop. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes, from bombing, Rachel Williams will not go there because I cannot establish contact with him. But he says Bombing County College president banned social gathering, class party, pamphlet production by faculty members following student mysterious death. Yeah, so that's coming from Bombing County. It happened over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, and yes, so we couldn't take it and still cannot establish contact with him. So we could go bombing tomorrow to hear more, to get more details about that happening.
Okay, from across the country, you heard it from Harper, from Kakata, and then from Todmobrak. So we bring this one down quickly, and then here we go into our areas of points, talking points. As I said, yes, so we were on the buses from Ghana, labeled National Transit Authority. I'm told some of them have crossed into the Liberian territory from Ghana. But then this Ghanaian journalist, let me put it in quotation, I just got to know that he's a partisan journalist. He works for a political party. That political party is an opposition party. And then he got problem why the government duly chosen, elected by the people of Ghana, should lend its diplomatic hand to a sister republic of Liberia. The sisterly republic of Liberia. Now, who cares? Man, come on, sit. Use a microphone and talk crap. But Liberia has been there for Ghana before. As I was saying, Liberia established diplomatic relations with Ghana in June 1957. Those were the difficult years of the Republic of Ghana we call today. Several of them fled and came into this glorious land of liberty. Some of them settled just behind Banga Bon County, and some of them settled just on top of Snapper Hill on the 11th side. The present day Plum FM location. So when you see people, and as a matter of, this is diplomatic note exchange. What problem you got with that? What problem? And then what even is worsening is Liberians who are playing mockery of the gesture given by the Ghanaian government. Oh, so you're stealing the buses from Ghana? For God's sake, how do you look at a country like that? And we're not nobody's surprised. It is a human tendency that when you not perform, you don't want the other person to perform. It is like a crab mentality. Once I'm not dead, everybody will hold everybody down. There is a statute on the grounds of the pavilion. That statute, everyone is lifting everyone up to get to the top. How many of Liberians can look at that statute to tell them it tells you or it teaches you lesson? No, in fact, it is the opposite. But in essence, sometimes you don't have to blame this Ghanaian erratic journalists. Because the way we Liberians, the way we treat our country. The last time at the National Transit Authority, there were not Ghanaian there as managing directors. No. They were pure Liberians. They inherited 30 buses, brand new ones, given to Liberia by another sisterly republic, India. They broke everything down and left only 6 running. 6 running. So if you have problem with Liberia getting buses from Ghana, which one you don't have problem with India? You jubilantly accepted the buses from India. And I'd like to extend thanks and appreciation to the president for maintaining the relationship that has subsisted since 1957. During the inauguration, the motorbikes you saw escorting the president-elect, who was just about to be inaugurated, was donated by Ghana. Why you didn't talk? Oh, because you broke down an entity and it's trying to be resuscitated, then you got problem with it. What do we want now? What actually do we want? How many times we've been hearing news like this from Harper? In fact, at this time there could be no gasoline, no fuel. They have to cross the Kavala into Cote d'Ivoire to procure. And when you bring it, you have to pay custom. You take the goods from here, from Monrovia to Harper, you don't got to pay custom. You are in your territory. But we Liberians, I don't know what we want. We want to graciously use those buses. Graciously. Anyone who does not want to use those buses, let it wait after the 6th year. 2029, then come out and remove all of us that will use those buses, and then let's see where you will get. Where maybe you at somewhere along the Pinsville Road, you will establish, or you make factory to be building buses. What capacity you got? We should be ashamed of ourselves.
I see.
When Ghana gained independence, do the math.
1957.
1957.
Yeah, between 57.
1957 minus 1847. At that time, how old was Liberia when Ghana gained independence? Today, Ghana is building a nuclear plant for electricity. Today, Ghana, even though the Akosombo Dam is supplying electricity surplus, not the type of electricity where Samuel 12 was saying we sell it to Cote d'Ivoire. During election time, you play on the minds of our people, you lie to them. Today, Ghana is having Africa's largest solar panel installation is ongoing. Clean energy. While 12 Liberian students were stranded in Cuba 3 years ago, Ghana sent 50 students in Cuba and paid all their tuitions and allowances at one time, while your 10 students in Cuba were sending SOS call down here that they would not take their exam. Interestingly, 2 of those students were tapping their universities in Havana, Cuba. That is the country you have. All you have is big mouth. You produce nothing. You import your staple. Somebody use their diplomatic, somebody use their ingenuity, diplomatic relationship, procure buses to get people off the street, standing while waiting for buses for the longest hours. Then you got problem with it. What do we actually want as Liberians? We got problem with yellow machine coming. We got problem with yellow machine coming. The very ones that will relieve our bad road condition, we got problem with it. Only because we were there, and I'm not talking about only the past administration, the immediate past. Other government, we were there, we're not able to procure them. Other people came, they want to procure them, we got problem with it. Is that what you call politics? That's not politics, that's childishness. That's childishness. Then you want to make comparison? Yeah, the other people were right to question you for the failed plane that's supposed to have come that turned itself into cake. So when they make comparison, what's wrong with that? You didn't bring the plane. In fact, the plane became a notorious business entity in West Africa and could not come. Because that happened, so you pray for the yellow machines not to come. The buses have crossed the border. They're coming to town. Don't ride them. The same goes, and the same goes to the establishment of the War Crimes Court Office. What do you want now? Look at the report Magdalene played before we came on as teaser at the St. Peter Lutheran, July 1990. The woman said every time they call her for memorial service there, she doesn't want to go there. Her children are disabled today. One hooligan's off his mind thought this war had come to an end and he could decide whether someone should live or not. Just commanded his troops, went there and opened summarily and start killing people while they were in a sanctuary for safety. You yearn all the days to call for war and economic crime court. One president after the other came and downplayed it. This president comes out and said, well, enough is enough. Establish the office and appoint an executive director. You got problem with this executive director who is a lesser counselor at law under the Supreme Court. Who do you want? Or should we go bring Jetty or Seti brother to serve as executive director for? Who do you want? Unfortunately, we can't bring a non-Liberian. For some of you, maybe you wanted a non-Liberian to even run the last election that we had. And you people were ready to support that. You supported that. If the alarm had not been blown from the Capitol building for confirmation, we were going to sit and bite our fingers that we have a non-Liberian steering the affairs of our electioneering conduct. That is the Liberia that you want. That is the Liberia. Councillor Jonathan Masakwe, congratulations to you. I don't know whether you know the enormity of the responsibility on your shoulder. I don't know, and I want to believe you know. You know. So the only crime this man has committed is to serve as a legal counsel to somebody who was equally accused of war crime in Liberia but tried in another country. Also, this time, when a lawyer is hired to represent the legal interests of the client, that means that lawyer is guilty as the person. Liberia, why are we treating ourselves like this? For God's sake, this is the first black republic in Africa. For God's sake, why you do things as if you are the youngest country in Africa like South Sudan? Why do you do that? You know, I was in Johannesburg when Mariam Makiba died. She was performing on the stage in Rome and she collapsed and died. They brought her remains. She had written that she wanted to be cremated, meaning she wanted only her ashes. She wanted to be presented to the family. On the tribute that night at the Nelson Mandela Square in Johannesburg, Stanton, Johannesburg, they read this woman's profile that this woman sought refuge in Liberia and carried Liberian passport during the time of apartheid in South Africa. Liberia sued the apartheid government to the United Nations by William Talbot, and the apartheid government was held responsible for wanton killing and discrimination in South Africa. You've been there before. You Liberia, what are you sitting here and making yourself like a Jack Crowley? Where were you when the tsunami took place in Asia? Julius Bryan as transitional head mobilized Liberians. We contributed. I think it was around 150,000 to the world body that was collecting money for relief attempt to the victims of the tsunami. You're forgetting all of those things. Buses come into the country given by another country. Then you got problem with it. What about the ones that they gave you free from India that you messed up in this place here? You messed up and screw up a whole country. We will take those buses. They will be used for the internal purpose. Because we've been there for other countries. Man, this is a period. We don't accept this moment of our national history, but there is always a second chance. So let's hold President Bouaké by his word. He said, Liberia will be the last destination. This is what Chris Smith said. Let me read it for you. Says you got problem. Where you come from, these civil society groupings? Where? You hear some of the names of civil society actors and see what we all can go and do. You don't want to be called a civil society. That's why I'll call it one of my friends. They had gone to Belekasa. They said they went, they called themselves media guru. They went, some of the names they called media. I called them, I said, no wonder why some of us are about to retire. You call this person a media guru? Yeah. We don't know what we want. This is what Chris Smith said, one of the most powerful congressmen in the U.S. Congress. That's why he said, let me read it for you. I will take my own time to read it because the font size, let me see. Appointment comes on heels of Smith hearing. Congressman Smith welcomes Liberia's President Boakai's timely appointment of Executive Director for the Office of War Crimes and Economic Crimes Court, June 21, 2024. U.S. Congressman Chris Smith, Republican New Jersey, chair of the House's Global Human Rights Subcommittee, today welcome Liberia President Joseph Yuma Boakai's appointment of Councillor Jonathan Massaquoi to serve as Executive Director of the Office of War and Economic Crimes Court. With this critical appointment, President Boakai continues to show his commitment and eagerness for justice and Smith. For justice, says Smith, sorry. Says Smith. His expeditious pursuit, now Boakai now, expeditious pursuit of accountability for the people of Liberia. Did this man say people of America? For you. Some of you civil society actors were even actors during the war. We know some of you people. Today you purport yourself or catapult yourself as civil society actors. Anybody they appoint to perform something, you got some kind of problem. But nobody could, no civil society grouping could detect that Nwabo Duke was a non-Liberian. For the people of Liberia, has strong support here in the U.S. President Boakai's commitment, pursuit of accountability has strong support there in the U.S. Congress. And we will continue to support him when he stays the course of justice in the face of the inevitable pushback from those guilty of crimes or trying to undermine the process. You hear that? Those who are trying to undermine this process, you are on the radar of the U.S. Already you know. Already you know. In less than a year, you already know how many of your compatriots they have to live with this stigma of a U.S. sanction. I don't say I'm going to release all. Nobody say when I release all your press releases. When you release all your press, you should put your knee down. You're ready down. Say, yeah, you sign it. Let it be like resolution. You don't want massacre or you don't want this person. You sign it. Then we'll ask you people, you're sure one person among you now. Whether you have the requisite credential. You don't even know. Whether it comes, this appointment comes with preconditions. Councillor Jonathan Massaquoi's appointment comes on the heels of a U.S. congressional hearing chaired by Smith last week that examined the next steps toward accountability for those responsible for the egregious human rights violation suffered by hundreds of thousands of Liberians in recent decades. Now, under Massaquoi's direction, the Office of War and Economic Crimes Court is tasked with establishing a court that will bring to justice individuals who committed untold human rights abuses with near complete immunity to date during Liberia's civil war between 1989 and 2003, when 250,000 Liberians died of front fighting and thousands more were conscripted as child soldiers, raped, suffered loss of limb, and endured other traumatic experiences. The people of Liberia, the people of Liberia who suffer brutal human rights violations and economic crimes for so many years deserve nothing less than justice, Congressman Smith said. So sit down here and issue a press release. The same man who referred to as kleptocrats, officials of the weird-led government, some of you were here clapping that the man now, what you got problem with, that he has endorsed Boakai's appointment of Councillor Jonathan Massaquoi. You got problem with it. Every little thing you got problem. So you do your resolution, you bring it, then we will petition the president to withdraw Massaquoi and put you people there. Every little thing. We've got problem with it. Congratulations to you, Mr. Massaquoi, Councillor Massaquoi. But listen to the paragraph, the other paragraph from Smith. Said now you, Massaquoi, you got decision. You got direction, and you are charged with the responsibility of establishing the War and Economic Crime Court. What problem you got there? Okay, so say you don't want Massaquoi, we'll go to Russia and bring one of how they call him? Dmitry Medvedev, the Prime Minister of Russia, let him come manage the War and Economic Crime Court here. Ain't good? Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Having said that, yeah, the yellow machines are coming. We already talked a little bit about it. They're coming. You're not going to stop it. Oh, yes, but don't get us wrong. We're going to ask for accountability. We're just doing the math the last time. Where is Bally Gray? Bally Gray and I were having a nice power drink under the power tree. We started doing the math. Eh?
I'm laughing about that power tree. You have different things laughing.
Then you are distracted. I mean, you are not here.
No, they say the yellow machine will be back opposite Lowe's.
Yeah, somebody were playing fun there. If the space are not there, the space not enough, and Freeport will carry on to
opposite Lowe's.
No,
don't put calling me.
No, but I'm a friend of man. CDC that one day.
I beg you. I say opposite Lowe's.
Yeah, so yeah. So assuming that each machine will have 5 persons, 5 persons assigned, operator and stuff like that, times 285. 285. You want to do the math? 285. 5 persons times 285, just for operation.
Wow.
You know how many
job creation?
It is my hope that the ministry
5 person times 285.
Yeah, just assuming a 5 person assigned to a machine.
Yeah, just assuming you have 1,425 persons.
Is this ringing bell in the head of in the minds of the Ministry of Labor? You don't think this is job creation? And this is an estimation. You don't think job creation?
If there could even be more.
There could even be more.
Yeah.
Creation of new jobs. It's going to put pockets in people's money in people's pockets. Those who are selling petroleum products, lubricants.
But Chief, are you done?
No, I'm not. I just want to finish.
I'll come in.
Finish this one.
Okay.
So, lastly, President Boakai declares his asset where you're not, and then publish it. The law says you should declare it. No law to say publish it. But He had to publish it. Ellen Johnson published Housing in the Daily Observer those days. I quite remember. We have been having difficulties not only at the presidency, we have been having difficulties even at cabinet level. Even those who are now questioning President Boakai's asset publication, including former Representative Akaros Gray. Man, this has been shameless. This has been shameless. Frankly speaking. For God's sake, you know how long the Liberian people yearn to get you people asset. You're never. This is the largest amount of asset declaration per 6-year term of a presidential term. The president, the pro tem, the vice president, I think the speaker, right? No, I haven't heard about the speaker.
No, the speaker, yes, the speaker did.
Publish it? I'm talking about publication.
Oh, declared. I will check. But I think
Yeah.
it's declared.
Even people who were in the institutions of integrity that could not look in the face of President Weah and say, declare your asset. Today they talking say it's not complete, it's this one. The president said he worth a little, just small amount of making 1 million. So you want him to tell you something that he does not worth for. What you're supposed to do now is to jot it down, download it, save it. By the time it is reaching to 6-year term, what do you do? Of course, there has to be an exit, filing, and publication as well. If there is any contradiction, then you become now the voice of the Liberian people. But for now, man, come on, man. You don't deserve even a link in this discussion. Yes.
I mean, they're Liberians, of course.
Of course, but they're not example. They are not examples. Those who were there and failed to do cannot have a say inside here. I finished.
I own my own.
You hold your own for the next 3 minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
3 minutes.
Don't go anywhere. But I mean, you put it right. Everything you said, I mean, you said it. I may disagree with you at some point. Yeah, but
Show me why you disagree.
well, let me be talking, and then if anything pops up, I mean, you can interject. With regards to the rules, how do you expect? This is one of the priorities of this government. This United Party have been running with the issue of rule even during the last elections. They talk about roles go, because if we want to have a better Liberia, we need roads connectivity. We need good roads. You know how many farmers are struggling. They have perishable goods, and their efforts are wasted because they cannot have access to the commercial hub. They cannot have access to from one place to another because no road. So how do you expect Liberia to be developed in the absence of good roads? So their roads cannot be built without these earth moving machines. Very simple. And on the other side, you being an opposition, you are responsible to keep the government's feet to the fire, and that's what they did. But we have to be objective. Look, we are 177 years old. No joke about we too old. Sometimes when little things come out and people are celebrating, I feel like we are too old. We're not supposed to be. We can say thank you. We can appreciate, but when a celebration is too much, I do have problem with that. Because we are too old. Sometimes when you much is given, much is expected. I did a calculation, 110 years from 1957. If we want to take it from 1957, right?
So Liberia was 110.
110 when they got their independence.
Yes.
So you see, I feel very bad. I feel like the last time the RRA under the administration of President Weah, our very good friend Martin Hines, announced that
the master degree. Hold on.
they procure a fire truck for. But I said it right here. Why is it the kind of big publicity? That's the Roberts International Airport. You want to know the history of the Roberts International Airport, and we still celebrating one fire truck or the second one? When we start talking about it, they say they got another one. I don't even know how many fire trucks they have right now. But we appreciate, we appreciate. That's why we expect of this government. We expect you. That's why you promise. Oh, you see your bill rolls. You will have control on the rule of law. You will have agriculture, education, and everything. So we expect it. And being an opposition doesn't mean you have to oppose everything. Our goal is to make Liberia better. So if you are on the contrary, everything you have to oppose, you have to be objective. Instead, when you're opposition now, you just oppose everything. I mean, you look at other countries. They are far above. I mean, far ahead of us. But when bringing one, when we procure one bus or one fire truck for the Roberts International Airport, it becomes a very big something, and everybody be jumping around. And I just sit in my little corner and be so cool and say, but I mean, we should be far above this. We should be far above this. We will be 177 in few weeks.
And maybe we should recommend to President Boakai to just play low on this celebration.
Low key.
Eh?
Low key.
Because I know we're going to spend somewhere around $700,000 for
maybe $500,000
celebration. Maybe.
Yeah.
Somewhere around in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
We're already grappling with this noise about spending $75,000 just to produce Adika.
They jump outside. They made us so angry. I started laughing. I knew something was going to come up from this retreat. I knew something was going to come from there.
I told my boss, he didn't listen. I said, where are you? He said, we are at Farmington. Nice. I said, I hope Farmington will not be like Buchanan. He said, no, yeah. He said, well, I don't know what happened in Buchanan, but I can promise you, good decisions will come up from Farmington.
No, the man jumped outside. He was so angry. James, he was so angry in that interview. When I came across on the weekend, I was laughing. I said, I know something is going to come up. When I pray for the, but just to conclude, as we take leave, as we take leave, some of you lawmakers, I respect you, I honor you, I salute you now. But to tell you that you've forgotten your promises with the people. You have forgotten. You are over there. Some of you are over there. You're not speaking. You're not you're advocating for your people. Liberians are getting very, very smart when it comes to voting. Do not be bobo lawmaker over there. You have to push the agenda of your people. Because if you forget, the people forget about you and will not hesitate to help them to push you out. I'm not going to pick a person, but when we do the analysis, then you will get to know who you're supposed to vote for and who you are not. Liberians are not stupid people. You took over let's say October, right? From October, you started your workings. I will consider from October. And up to now, some of you have forgotten your people. And now they are calling from abandoned districts. And it's so sad to know that you forget so early what you are supposed to be doing. And all your activities just were in some area. But you will be shocked to know that the people are taking notes. They are taking records. They may not be educated to a certain extent, but they know what they want. If you do not do what you are supposed to do, I'm sorry. The last time I was talking with one of my very good friends, I called him from the lower house, and I was telling him, I said, Chief, what are you doing right now? And we're having a conversation. I said, because if you don't do it, it will be sad to know that we'll be calling you former lawmaker. Yeah, we'll be calling you former lawmaker. You don't want that to happen? You have to do what is appropriate. Listen to the people. Divide you already have constituents, right? Know what you want, know what you are doing, and be with the people. Listen to them, and don't take them for granted. Don't take the Liberian people for granted. Sometimes ago, you said, President, we are taking for granted. When you say you're hungry, he was there singing, he was there dancing. He was not speaking to national issues. He took forever to respond. He traveled. out of the country for almost 50 days and so forth. Now the people went to the ballot box on the I mean, you know what happened the October 10th, how the place the place was so packed. There was huge turnout. You know what happened because they wanted to get president. We are all quick. It was just like, something that they wanted to do quick. They also wanted to take other lawmakers out who were not doing what was appropriate. But anyway, see you on tomorrow. The agri segment tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful time. I mean, let me take my water break. I have to stop here.
Okay, so we go home on this edition of State of the Nation. Sorry, not too much public interaction today, but we just wanted to inculcate it into us as a people, a sense of nationalism. Every other appointment, someone get problem with that person. For God's sake.
How far we take your course, man?
For God's sake, we're not taking course.
We take your course.
For God's sake.
And I mean, Emmett's birthday is tomorrow. He said tomorrow.
Amen?
Emmett Hammond, yes. Our peace and
But then I'll have to go Kakata tomorrow.
Well, 11.
Yes, I'll have to go Kakata tomorrow. Meanwhile, Christine Willie, the daughter of our friend Ishmael Willie, celebrates her birthday today. As of to all of you, Emmett Hammond, you are a baby pa, and then tomorrow your birthday. Well, please expect us tomorrow and see whether we can first lay eyes on Kakata for a very long time since the election era. This is how we go home on this edition of State of the Nation. My name is Chris, and Magdalene has been here lining up the talking points. Tomorrow is
Don't put me in trouble. That name when you are talking, why not for you?
Which one?
All the today you were talking
But
about.
are you? But like you're right here. You don't want to say we should blast out Marvin Cool and all. Okay, see you on tomorrow. Here we go.
Marie, God deserve it.